My generation is fed up with capitalism. 44% of American millennials prefer to live in a socialist country. Now, there's criticism built into the survey itself, pointing out that they don't really know how to define properly socialism, communism, capitalism. And you know what? That's probably true, but I don't think that's the main point here at all. The main point is that millennials feel that they can no longer live in this dog-eat-dog world, that the air is filled with this super competitive, cutthroat mentality, filling the air with hostility. And so they feel that it doesn't make sense that we live in a highly technological world with 3D printing and AI and automation, and still we live like modern-day slaves, put in a rat race, struggling to make ends meet. They know that it doesn't make sense that up to 50% of all food produced globally is going to waste, while about half the people of the world are starving. They know it in their hearts that another world is possible. And in that respect, I completely and wholeheartedly agree with my generation. So the question is how? How do we move from here to there? What is the turning point for social change, for real social change? Let's put all the isms aside. Why? Because they create a knee-jerk reaction that puts you on a certain team. You're a socialist or you're a capitalist. You're a communist or you're an anarchist. You have to pick a side, pick a political candidate, pick a political agenda. Let's put all of that aside for a second and just think, why can't we have a more equal society, one that's better to live in? In theory, most people would agree with ideas like equality and mutual consideration and empathy and kindness, love even. Why not? But in practice, it just doesn't happen, does it? In practice, we gravitate to the default state of our being, the default state of our primal survival instincts taking control, where self-benefit precedes everything else. You can't force these ideas of equality and kindness and so forth. You can't shove mutual consideration down people's throats, right? But that's also why millennials are so right in their gut-level feeling that we have to change our culture completely, that we have to fundamentally, massively change how we relate to each other. See, that would be the only way to activate that potential for human connection. We have that wiring. We have a natural wiring for human connection that makes us better. It makes us happier. It makes us healthier. It makes us more resilient, more productive. But we just continue to live in a primitive kind of environment that only promotes that primitive urge within us for self-survival and self-benefit on top of everything else. So in order to create a better society, in order to even consider social constructs that are new, that can hold in the long term, we're going to have to undergo nothing less than a change of human consciousness. We're going to have to begin to feel each other as interdependent beings. We're going to have to be organically motivated, passionate towards creating a society where everyone is happy and secure and have everything they need. And until we do that, we can't really change our society, can we? Or our economy, for that matter. We have to actually recognize with all our critical faculties that caring for everyone else is caring for ourselves too. And I believe this change is inevitable.